I mean, this is me you talking to here. It ain't just basketball, baby. I love me some boxing. Which is why I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Well, my first take about it is that Floyd knows better than that. He knows that I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And if anybody's backtracking, some would say that he's backtracked. Even if I did backtrack, which I don't believe that I do, at least I got a legitimate reason to. I work for somebody. I have to answer to somebody. That's ESPN. You want to call that a shame, then call most of the American public being shameful because they're employed by somebody else. Floyd is worth close to $500 million, if not more. But he's backtracked from time to time, so I'd ask him to look in the mirror in that regard, and I'll leave it at that in terms of that particular point of view.
Stephen A. Smith has never been one to let spectacles slide without scrutiny, and in the case of Floyd Mayweather's massive $402 million real estate claim, he's emerging as the loudest, most pointed critic.
Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff.
You know how I feel about Floyd. You know how great I think he is as a boxer, as a fighter. I think he's the best on the planet, and I stand by that. I'm going to be a man about this because somebody needs to. Here's the bottom line. Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to tell the public that he just wants to give the fans what we want to see.
The controversy began when Mayweather took to social media to declare ownership of 62 residential buildings in Upper Manhattan. In typical Mayweather fashion, he presented the acquisition with bravado, filming himself walking through the properties, pointing out storefronts, and boasting about his latest power move. The number itself was staggering: 62 buildings supposedly acquired in one sweeping transaction. According to Mayweather, the deal was closed through his company, Veda Management, and totaled $402 million. What followed was a wave of confusion, scrutiny, and disbelief led by Smith.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And I'm pointing like this because all of it. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. For 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
While fans rushed to applaud Mayweather's apparent business empire, Smith and others began asking the critical questions. If such a massive real estate purchase really occurred, where was the proof? Property records in New York City showed no such transaction had taken place. No deed transfers, no public filings, no legal documentation to support the claim that Mayweather had acquired control of the portfolio. This absence of evidence was enough to spark widespread suspicion.
It just, once you get around someone, you be looking up to these people so bad, and like once you get around, they don't be who they say they is or who they portray to be. You be like, damn, I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. You don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're sitting on the shelf. So I had to fight him. I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. They were saying I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchat. So they said it to Floyd, and Floyd brought it up. He would say that he gave me like money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood.
His devastating power and flair-packed rhinos after splitting from Mayweather Promotions in 2022. He's headlined lucrative PP bouts, like against Ryan Garcia, showing Dupin appeal Mayweather's early support training promotion. An exposure accelerated his rise, but Davis' talent and drive suggest he'd still thrive. His path might have been slower yet. His boxing prowess ensures enduring success.
Insiders familiar with the properties revealed that Mayweather hadn't acquired the buildings outright. Instead, he had reportedly purchased a small minority stake with potential options to expand ownership over time. However, the way Mayweather presented the move gave the impression that he was now the full owner of an expansive Manhattan empire. That discrepancy, according to Smith and other observers, marked a serious red flag.
Floyd Money Mayweather retired from boxing 50-0. That individual that he was fighting right there is the grandson of the late infamous mobster John Gotti. I am not aware of John Gotti III having any real kind of boxing background. I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space.
Mayweather's lavish lifestyle has always been central to his brand. Known for his towering stacks of cash, multi-million-dollar jewelry, luxury cars, and extravagant spending habits, he's cultivated an image of unfiltered wealth. He once spent millions in a single shopping spree that required police escort, owns an $18 million diamond-encrusted watch, and is often seen aboard private jets with duffel bags filled with cash. His persona is built on financial dominance, but critics argue that this image may be more performance than reality.
I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
In recent years, Mayweather has also claimed to have earned as much as $300 million a month over a 32-month period, a claim that would put his total earnings near $9 billion. While his boxing career earnings have crossed the billion-dollar mark, the math behind the monthly figures has been widely questioned. Stephen A. Smith has pointed out the implausibility of those numbers, noting that they far exceed reported business revenues or known investments. No tax records, bank documents, or business filings have ever supported those figures.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Smith's concerns were amplified by the way Mayweather has shifted focus in his post-retirement years. Rather than building out an investment portfolio with transparency and verifiable success, Mayweather has remained in the public eye largely through exhibition fights. These matches, often staged with social media influencers or non-professional opponents, have taken place in locations like Dubai, Japan, and the UK. Mayweather insists they're just for fun, but critics see them as an ongoing attempt to generate income and stay financially relevant.
Money made all day. You know, right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. You know, money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
Prominent boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has expressed similar concerns. He has stated publicly that he does not believe Mayweather is a billionaire and has even recounted a moment when Mayweather allegedly showed him screenshots of his bank account to prove his wealth. However, no third-party confirmation of these figures has ever been released, and skeptics continue to question whether Mayweather's assets match the image he presents.
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era, but he was a different kind of skill set. You know, he was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
But
I don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
You think he still needs the money?
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years?
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
It's a lot of expenses.
yeah.
The real estate saga only deepened the skepticism. Journalists attempting to verify Mayweather's claims ran into a series of contradictions. One reporter who reached out to Veda management was joined on a call by a man claiming to be James McNair, a close advisor of Mayweather. However, audio comparisons suggested that the voice didn't match any previous public recordings of McNair, casting doubt on the authenticity of the interaction. The call failed to clarify the terms of the deal, and no legal proof of full ownership has been provided since.
You might see footages of Dwayne Wade training his son. You don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody. He's not doing it. You haven't earned that privilege. It's a privilege to be in the company of greatness, in their venue, in their habitat, in their specialized, home, per se. Floyd Money Mayweather should not be letting just anybody in the ring with him.
The nonprofit New York City Housing Partnership, which plays a role in overseeing many of the buildings Mayweather claimed to have acquired, stated that it had not been notified of a sale. This raised a major legal question, since owners of those properties are required by law to provide such notice. If even the regulatory body responsible for the housing had not been informed, it became increasingly difficult to believe Mayweather's portrayal of the deal.
Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rose, 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 Rose. The Maybach truck, or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
The companies behind the buildings, Black Spruce Management and the Orbeck Group, declined to offer clear confirmation of Mayweather's ownership. Black Spruce referred to him as a partner in a carefully worded statement, while Orbeck provided no public comment at all. Neither firm verified that Mayweather had purchased the full portfolio, adding to the ambiguity. Veteran sports analysts, financial reporters, and even fellow athletes have joined the chorus of doubt. Many argue that Mayweather's reputation as a big spender has started to overshadow his credibility as a businessman. Public figures in the sports world, including Charlemagne the God, Skip Bayless, and Shannon Sharp, have all raised concerns in recent years about the long-term sustainability of athletes whose brands depend on constant displays of luxury. Some have gone further, warning that the performance of wealth often masks deeper financial strain.
Y'all think Floyd was trying to scam us? Or y'all think he got scammed? I see a lot of people jumping out the window, you know what I'm saying, jumping on his back. Talk about, he lied, he lied, he lied, he lied, he lied. Maybe he did, but you think it's possible that he got scammed? He got lied to, you know, somebody sold him sold him some beach land and slow down gentrification and not, you know what I mean, contribute to it. But, you know, I left it alone, whatever. We ain't hear nothing about it for a while. Now I get up and I'm hearing all of this this talk about he's a liar, he's broke, and he this, and so yeah, he made this, you know, he announced that he made the purchase.
The wave of skepticism has also spread across social media, where fans and critics alike are asking why someone with such immense wealth continues to emphasize appearance over documentation. Memes mocking Mayweather's real estate claims have gone viral, and many are calling for a full explanation, or at the very least, verified proof of the alleged $402 million deal. Stephen A. Smith continues to push hardest for accountability. His perspective cuts through the noise, pointing to a larger issue beyond just Mayweather. Smith argues that the sports world has increasingly blurred the line between real success and social media posturing. Without regulation, transparency, or factual grounding, athletes risk setting unrealistic and ultimately damaging examples for the next generation.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my business, worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna f with nobody, and I don't want nobody f with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? You know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I say, if I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs 18 million. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do for you haters today? I'm gonna go $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made all day.
Mayweather's influence is undeniable. He's one of the most successful boxers in history, undefeated in the ring and unmatched in pay-per-view earnings. But critics argue that his recent focus on illusionary wealth instead of demonstrable business accomplishments may be eroding that legacy. For now, no legal or financial documentation has emerged to support Mayweather's claim of owning 62 buildings in Manhattan. No city records confirm it. The nonprofit that oversees the housing portfolio wasn't informed of a sale. The companies involved haven't confirmed his ownership. The silence from all involved parties only reinforces the doubts raised by Smith and others.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
The story isn't about jealousy or tearing someone down. It's about clarity. In a world where public perception can be curated with filters and photo ops, the truth still matters. Floyd Mayweather has earned his place in history as an athlete, but if he wants that same level of respect as a businessman, the proof will need to be more than social media theatrics. So, what are your thoughts about this? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.